Oh yeah, what's the surprise?
The surprise is if you tune into the stream, I am now a ghost.
Oh, brilliant.
Ooh,
Woo!
ooh. It's
Ghostly.
it's the ghost of mana is stored in the balls.
The
An absolute ghostly figure. I
ghost of resource past.
yeah, I've even got a little effect. Phantasmal smoke, for example.
And there you go.
Phantasmal
I,
smoke, man.
I am smoking the bowl.
Yeah, it's all good.
I am. It's all good. Um,
Ooh. Hello.
hello.
Nefarious is
We've
here.
Yep. So we're ready. Let's do this.
Ready? We've got give him a few minutes. Give him a few minutes. Sit off, pass you on the line.
Party on down. Is my picture up?
Yeah. Well, do you want the bigger picture? But the bigger picture, the thing is, I'm using like your Discord bubble, which has your picture, but it's tiny. But whenever you
Yeah, that
speak,
works.
it goes into green outline.
That's perfectly fine. Let's use that. That's fine.
Yeah, so people know
Yeah,
when you're
that's.
talking.
Yep. It's just this can be my new
Sort
way
of.
of approaching this, so that I can
Yeah.
keep in touch with everyone and still do it even from work. Because I can do this
Do
from work like this. This is fine.
do all your business. I'm a
All the
ghost.
business.
I'm a ghost. Yeah. It's been
So
said.
you've had how many games have you had this week? You had two games, two online games.
I've had my online game. I've had my online game and I've had my league game. Let me not ghost anymore. Hold on. There you go. I'm not a ghost anymore.
I don't want to be Casper the
Yeah.
Friendly Ghost anymore.
I can do another thing called hue shift though. Get ready for this. This is gonna blow your goddamn mind. Whoa! I'm ill. I've become sick. Actually, goblin mode. I'm loving goblin mode. I might keep this.
Goblin mode.
Yeah, I'm just straight green now, fellas. I'm
I'm
hulking
Shrek.
out. Yeah.
You're hulking out.
Oh, I can just keep changing colors. I can go into uh
Hulk.
yeah, I can go into like noir, fucking noir film in black and white. I'm going back. I'm going back. Pestilence cosplay. Oh, man.
Sorted.
Stop it,
Sorted.
man. Okay,
Stop it.
we've got three people in.
Okay, let's do
We've
this.
got people. Okay. Hello. Hey.
Hi, hi,
It's
hi.
the league again. It's Roundup again. We're ready.
Roundup.
We'll go straight into it. You've got the predictions, don't you?
Yeah, I've got a prediction this time, which is pretty cool. So, League Round 9.
Please tell me this one's the right one. It's the right one.
Hey!
As people may have seen in the description, this is the most wins and losses in any week out of all 9 weeks, I believe. Three.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep, I think you're right. I think you're right.
Three's
Yep.
crazy, man.
Yeah,
And some
it is
shake-ups as well.
huge shake-ups.
Absolute
Upsettingly huge shake-ups
I
for
know.
some.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Should we
Is
should we should we
is
pop our round 9 cherry?
Yeah, let's go for
Because
it.
that's a good way of describing that first game.
Vex on the Fairies, talk to me about it. You've had an interview.
So I've spoken to Nefarious today, and what can only be described as shock and awe from Fexar.
Oh my
Fexar
god.
played Clarity, and Nefarious was
Okay.
brave. Did a few cheeky upgrades to like keep the deck in line, and
Saying he got spanked.
played Shadow Blade.
Okay, okay.
So
I
turn
appreciate it.
turn five hits us, and
He says it.
Nefarious
Yeah.
has cybernetic recall in the hand, ready to bounce, and he's like, "All right, okay, I can do this," but he doesn't have the resources ready yet. He's like, "All right, turn 6, right? After that point, I'm all good." But on turn 5,
He always says it in
plays
turn 5.
plays the talk, plays the cherry bomb, and spanks talk with that
Burst.
12 hit burst.
Mm,
What Nefarious told me, he went first turn
yeah.
on the first match, and it was just a bit of give and take after that point of just getting hit with clash cards.
Yeah.
And then the second game,
Rough.
Nefarious obviously didn't go first. Fexar went first, and Nefarious was brave enough to tell me that he got to turn 4, and he was like, "Oh, it's fine. We've still got another turn." He was like, no, it's my turn 5 next. It was like, oh no.
It's
So
rough, man.
yeah, I think he finally just made his first error of the league, so that was a rough one for him. We all do it.
Yeah,
Or Factor 2 lives in my soul now forever.
it happens. It happens.
It happens. It happens. But it makes us
Yeah.
better. What's interesting, Liam, is
Mm.
what did you watch? Do you remember who you picked out?
Yeah, I did. We know.
So did I.
We
We
know.
both picked out Nefarious to win, so we both got
Yeah.
nothing.
A shake up. A shake up for this one.
Fexar gave us a wet fish slap across our faces.
It's crazy, but it's good though because it's
It's
been
great for Fexar.
yeah, it's been low to middling. I think this is what he needed to have the confidence to be like, yeah, I've got good skills. I know what I'm doing, and given the right circumstances against the right deck, I can pull out a double win in a round. That's all good. Nothing but
I think
props.
I think it's quite fun for Fexar as well, because obviously Fexar's come into this and not had the best start, and
Yeah,
then he's really like starting to shine now. And if
definitely.
he had you had the cherry burst earlier on,
Yeah.
could be a totally different league.
Yeah, I think personally, Knuckle Duster was a choice. It was a choice. I get why it was a choice, but I think it
Yes.
was overshadowing his own ability to make decks, build skills, have win conditions.
We should probably mention this as well. I actually always thought we were correct in saying this. So we've always called Knuckle Duster Haven the ring, right?
I always called it Knuckle Duster.
Yeah, we've always thought like
Or
if you
we'd be
play
like, yeah, Haven Ring.
Haven Ring is the Knuckle Duster, yeah.
Yeah.
In some countries, Haven Ring is Haven Ring, and Haven Knuckle Duster is Haven with the Bronzer Bracer Shield.
That don't make no sense. What do you mean?
I was like, what do you mean? Well, that means I'm a 1-2 when I swing.
So?
I know, but it's different. It is different, at least.
No, I couldn't give a rat's ass, man. I couldn't give a rat's ass about that. I'm sorry. Like, I ain't seen that win.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it play. So I thought it was very interesting that that's happening. I think that's happening in the Philippines, from what I've understood.
Yeah, they do go with the crazy strategies and meme builds.
Yeah.
I think all the meme builds come from them, and I get it.
We'll move on to your game then. Bloodfriend Matt versus
Yeah.
Liam. You've just finished it only about an hour ago.
Yeah, an hour or two. It was one match out of this league where like I just kind of felt bad for the whole thing. It's not a sympathy thing. It was just I think he didn't get his draw power. He didn't get his engine running. And admittedly, I said to him like, you can choose your deck, and you can choose my deck because I think they both play pretty similarly. And admittedly, like I said last week, I think it's a tough matchup for him with either of my decks, Magnate or Kilimanjaro. But he said, you do Magnate, I'll do Flare. And I was like, okay, I get it. It was like, Entropy's not there yet. So completely understand that. First game, I didn't even tell him this, but if he watches the stream, he'll see. I beat him with, just general tactics of Magnate, which is keep cycling through your actions, keep boosting your contender to absolute high heaven. I was hitting him at one point with a 5-4 on my contender.
Yeah.
And I think I beat him with the Magnate Lone Fighter swinging in.
Both times to the win. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. I could have just as easily burst.
Yeah.
Which it's weird because
it's interesting. Lone Fighter is just such a good combo finishing point, because it's just people don't expect it, because you're like, I'm hitting you. It's all been contender damage, and then it's like, guess what, Lone Fighter, and you're like, what?
I know. If you play a deck that's green, and if you play a deck in green that you are not having a massive clash board with, Lone Fighter seems to be like the kill shot most times. Even if you do play a lot of clash cards, you can find ways around it to, get rid of your board after attacking, and then just throw him out there. Bang, get it done. 8 to the dome. Burst can't even do that. And fly.
It's wild. It's wild.
It's a very rough run, but yeah, second game it was some of the same. I think he got even unluckier, and had a few
Yeah,
like
I saw. I think it was second game. Watched you. You like Kagam the dragon and Lone Fighter just in hand, just waiting. Like
yeah.
it was basically like a leopard prowling through the savannah, and you just went, and I'll strike now with the Lone Fighter.
Nah, don't be like that. Don't be like that. But it was. I think it was more one sided than I wanted it to be. In my games, I don't care about winning or losing. I like it to be. We get down to it.
Hey,
He not.
he magnates planned all of your spears. What I
Yeah.
saw.
Tactically, he was getting Magnate's plan. He was doing work with his tech. He
Yeah,
wasn't getting enough business in with his non-clash damage. He wasn't pulling war cards.
I did see him with more than one clash card out at a time.
He did have two at one point near the end of game two, but by that point it didn't matter because I had Lone Fighter and I just swung over it and I did a lot of
Yeah,
pressure play
flight.
as well.
Yeah, flight does damage, doesn't it? Flight does
Yeah,
damage. Well, with that game, we both backed you.
I did.
So
I
that
did
is a point.
say. Yeah, I did say
Yeah.
if it went flare, I'd get the win, and unfortunately that's what happened.
On to the next.
You and Tank, how did that go?
So, without further ado, we'll now reveal that Sam did not use his crutch.
Okay, did go back to
Sam used,
Conquest.
Sam used Warcry.
Yeah, I think it's strong.
It's good.
Is it as strong
It
as
is good.
Conquest? We don't know.
Is it as strong as Conquest? I would say no from this
Okay.
result. So, we got the draw.
Mm-hmm.
What's interesting is the same thing happens every time. He wins the first one, I win the second one. But let's go into a bit more detail. In the first match, his health dropped. He plummeted. His health drops through the floor so quick. And then I just ran out of clash cards.
Oh, okay.
I just ran out of clash cards, and he was able to just go, right, you know, I've got you.
Yeah.
In the second game, and let's put it out there, I was using Genesis, blue-white Genesis.
Yeah, you brought it back.
In the second game, he had me on the downward spiral. Like we're talking, I think I got to about 12 health, turn 4 or 5.
Quite rough.
And I was like, right, I think this is it. I think this is where he finally does me. And then I was just able to keep putting out clash cards. And we got to a stalemate situation, but then because I got into my flying, and then I started killing some of his off, I was like, I think I've got you on this last turn. And he was like, we'll see. So I swing, and he has to block. And then I swing, and he doesn't block. He takes the contender damage. And I'm like, right, you're on 1. I was like, yeah. I was like, well, you know, I've got 3 clash cards, and you've got 2. It's like, yeah, I know. I was like, okay, well, I swing with contender. I went, oh no. I was like, yeah. And then he goes, right, well, I block with everything, right? I was like, yeah, it's 5 damage, so I'm on 5 health. And then I swing with Mean Street, Blink of an Eye, and win the game.
Oof.
Very fun game. Is that means it started at, I think I want to say 8:15, finished at about nearly midnight. Yeah, they're always extremely long games. Now, you, sir, back tank. I backed the draw.
Okay.
So I won the point for this one. So currently it's 2-1 to me.
We got the win out of it. Okay, nice. Let's keep
Now,
going.
Fraser versus Tara.
We didn't predict this, surely.
No, we did not predict this. No. If anything, we predicted the opposites and all sorts.
Sorry.
So, yeah. So Tara's allowed to give you a wet fish slap.
Yeah, it was interesting. She did tell me a lot about this. Do you have any info?
I watched it. Anzadak versus Valen. 1 point on Fraser's side. I think I saw best part of 12 war minions. Looked really promising. I thought, right, okay, maybe like he's going to make this push on Tara.
Yeah.
And then Tara was able to pull off like a double, or I can't remember exactly the first time, but the first game she pulled off like a huge like 8/8 attack with restore and +1/+1s and all sorts. and it just
So
wiped
four.
all of it. He basically traded. He traded 8 tokens for this one card.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, and then I think she just swung again next turn and won that first game.
Oh.
The second game, it looked extremely similar. It looked like really big clash card swinging in for the end.
Yeah.
While he was actually this time using like an Anzac flyer that was chipping away at Tara's health, getting her critically low.
Doing bits.
But then she did the Rocky Balboa, went in the corner, and then it just right, left, uppercut, down.
1-2.
Yeah.
Electric
Yeah.
Boogaloo.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of them.
Yeah, it was. To be fair, if you got to think of this right, had Fraser had more flyers, it could have been very, very different story.
Yeah.
So that could have been interesting. But no, I feel like Tara with the restore and Mace and her Valen.
We're getting the info right now. It was 12 attack, and he traded all 10 war minions to block, and his 0-2 block, and then I cleared the rest of his board, and she had a lot of flight. TBH.
Yeah. That's it.
It's very cool, man.
So on this one, we'll rip the band-aid off. I went for Fraser win.
Yeah.
And you went for the draw.
Yeah.
Poor Tara.
Yeah. No,
okay, and then
believed.
And then it goes on to the next one. This is the one I have zero information about, so it's all on you if you've got it.
I have no information about it. Jamie is in the chat. He will probably give us some info. A draw. I'm guessing it was probably Fragor versus. We don't know what the versus was, although I would
get clarity.
I imagine it would be clarity. I would imagine.
Or it could have been Lynn, but I think it was probably clarity. Probably clarity.
Yeah, from what I've seen of his decks, I do believe that Lourdes would have been on the back foot against a Fragor build, and it is like a bread and butter Fragor build. Yeah. So to see a draw come out of it it shows Lourdes' skill level. Fragor versus Paul, even more insane.
Really? Was that it?
Fragor versus Paul, and a draw came out of it.
Wow.
So maybe building a wall is the way to go against Fragor. Maybe
of course. Yeah, because all those 0-1s against Avalo. Yeah.
And he's just pushing. 1-1s. Yeah, he's pushing to survive. And then I'm guessing he'd go straight for heavy power armor and try and call it a day from there.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But I went for the Jamie win. And you went for the draw. So this week's roundup is a 2-all.
Yeah.
So it's our first draw.
Draws all way. That's interesting.
Shall we look at the league?
The league. I've had a little sneaky peek at this. It's interesting. It seems to be a race to second almost now.
Well, I've done the calculations. Technically, this is one of the biggest weeks for first place still to come.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, because I thought it was over, but it's not. It's not over because of what happened this week.
Yeah.
So, is it up? Are we good?
It's up. We are good.
So, with Avalo, how you got to look at it, he has the opportunity to get a total of 6 more points.
Yeah.
So that brings him to 30.
Yes.
Let's take this for an example. If Avalo loses these 2 games...
Yeah.
They are hard games he's playing against at the end.
Maybe.
He will be stuck on 24.
Yeah.
If Sam, sitting at number 2, wins the next 2 games, he's going to be sat on 25.
I know. I feel like it really depends on Avalo. Avalo
holds all the keys to the castle. Yeah. That is the point. Nefarious is the third part of this solution. So Nefarious has to play Avalo still.
Yeah.
And he's part of control. If he does take 3 points off him, that means that you could see a switch up between second and third for a start. Absolutely. But also, if Nefarious is to win both his games, he sits also on 24.
Yeah, it's a rough one where, like, I believe it depends on Avalo having some pretty bad luck. The biggest shake-up I can see would be Avalo gets a loss and a draw Tank gets 2 wins.
Yeah, because then they'll have to play each other, won't
Yeah,
they?
we have a live final from a league,
Yeah,
which would be
Champions
insane.
League final or FA Cup final.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
So
moving on, me and you basically. So with
yeah,
my situation, I'm totally out the running now. It's just trying to get that top 5,
yeah,
top 3 place is where I'm at. But for you, you could still bag a second or third.
yeah. I think I'm racing to try and get to second, but the problem is that I can't stop anybody above me. If they get their wins, nothing changes.
Now,
Mm,
what it is you can stop the person on the very top of the castle.
yes, I can mess things up a little bit for him.
Indeed. So that could be a thing. Moving on, we get to the bit where it's the top contenders of trying to get push into the top 5.
Yeah,
So if you take it as me being the like bouncer of the top 5, we then
yeah.
have the next 3 that are possibly available to get into that top 5.
Mm,
So we have Bloodfran Matt. As soon as he gets a win, if I lose my next match, which is possible,
yeah.
we're both on that 14 mark.
Mm,
Same goes for Jamie, and then that ends that cushy little middle part. Then we
yeah.
have what I will now call is the relegation zone. So we have Fexar, Lorkner, Tara, and Frazzles.
Yeah.
Now, technically, how you've got to look at this now is what happens if Fraser wins the next 2 games?
Yeah.
Fraser leaves the bottom. Fraser leaves the bottom of the floor
Yeah.
and goes to 10, which puts him right next to Fexar.
Yeah.
Now,
That's
if
it.
Lorkner wins the next few games, technically,
Fraser has a bye, FYI.
Oh, Fraser has a bye as well, so
Fraser
his
has a
bye
bye.
puts him up. So he's going to go to 7 and be matching Tara.
He has an auto win.
And you've
Lauritz
got
has a bye.
Lauritz has a bye, so Lauritz is going to be on 12,
Yeah.
whatever. So that puts him in contention right for the middle. So, like I'm saying, that the bottom can still pierce the echelons of the top 5.
Yeah. Fraser's last match is
this.
Matt.
So I'm telling you now, this week, this is the last week for the bottom 8.
Yeah.
So the bottom 8, if you win this, it changes where you finish.
Yeah.
If you lose this, it's where you'll fall.
It's
This
way
is
secure bragging rights.
It's the biggest hurdle jumper right now. Is this last one?
Yes.
You've got week 11, but week 11 is like for the finalists. That's a big finalist game. Now, with week 10, we should now probably go into who's playing who.
Yes. I know already that I am on a USA tour because both my matches are Americans. And Tara called it in chat. It is Tara versus Tank for game 1.
It is Tara versus Tara.
She's in the other room.
She has the biggest opportunity to shake up this league in an absolute huge way.
Yeah.
Coming away with a win, knowing how your deck is now performing at a higher level, there is a chance that she can go, hang on, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to do the exact same thing again and bring my A game against Tank.
Yeah.
Now, let's think psychologically. If Tank wants to win this, he'll now go backwards and use Conquest again.
Possibly.
But... And then that way, he will try and out-victory Tara while she's trying to regain her health.
Yeah.
What's interesting about that game, by the way, is that game should go back and forth quite a bit because both of them like to use try revitalization.
Yeah.
So you can see +6 go down 6, +6 go down 6 on both sides.
Yeah. It can go a lot of ways. I think it comes down to they might get really low on cards in the deck, to be honest, before anything.
If Tara can make the wall,
happens. Yeah.
a significant wall, and get damage through, it's possible. I'm going to give it a draw.
Okay.
Because I think that'll be very exciting to watch if it was a draw.
Okay.
So I'm going to give it a draw. There's a high chance that Sam will take it, but I will give it a draw. What do you think?
No, I think Valen is one that Sam's not very wise against per se.
That's true.
So that's where you could catch him. I'm going to back a draw as well. Tara has surprised me a lot in a good way.
Both back in the draw.
I can see her getting a win. Might be by a deck out, but we don't know.
Who knows? What we
Yeah.
do know is that's going to be one fun game.
Mm.
One really fun game. Right, so I've put us down for the draw. Right, we've got Matt versus Jamie. Two of the
Yes.
closest friends in the league again.
They want to play this IRL as well. I'm seeing.
Oh,
in
that's
chat.
cool.
Or at least one
That's
person
cool.
does.
Yeah, that's cool. So, do we think Entropy will be ready?
I don't know. I actually, if they want to play IRL, no.
No. Oh, Chains. Chains is a problem right now, isn't it? Yes, of course.
Yes, I'm happy to give him my Chains of Dominion tomorrow.
So let's say,
No problem.
right. So it's Flair versus Thrago.
Most likely, yes.
We've already seen that matchup.
We have.
He knows how it's going to go down.
Yes, although it is against one of his best friends this time, so I do think there might be some surprises. I'll tell you now. Change some deck up a bit. Your strategy's there, but I think there's some spread with what win cons you're using, and I think I do this a lot. I'll make a deck. It'll have quite a few win cons, and it thins out the best win con in the deck. I think I saw a lot of leads and where it was going, but then I think all the other puzzle pieces fit different jigsaws, and I want
100%.
one big jigsaw.
We love a big jigsaw.
Yeah,
but yeah, I would say I'm backing Jamie. I've already seen this game. I listened to Avalo with the axe coming down multiple times.
Yeah.
If it's that again against Flair, it's obvious what'll happen.
I actually think there is a world and a strategy where Matt bags this win. I'm going to back him.
Okay.
I'm going to back him for this one. I do think I won't coach him, but I will mention something. And I think if he sees the vision, he might change it up.
I have seen a vision.
Yeah. Let's move on. First,
big
my
game
UK
for you.
tour. This is the way I wanted it to go. I wanted Vexar before I wanted Avalo last. I wanted Avalo to be the big finisher for the league, a big nice stream, everyone come in on the weekend and enjoy it. So you know, not to badmouth Vexar, but he's not at the top. I wanted to take on the top at the very end, and that's what I've got. So me versus Vexar. I think, considering what he's got and what he'll probably use, I could be in a little bit of a rut. But I also...
Does Cherry Burst be Overwhelming Burst?
Yes. However, I do think I've got certain plays around it. Yeah, I think both decks that I use have workarounds where I know what's coming, so I have to stop it. But that being said, it's easy to say and hard to execute when you've got RNG working against you on the deck, which it probably will be for me. So I don't know what deck I'm going to come in with. It will be interesting, but I'm going to think about it. I may have a couple of tweaks until I feel settled and ready. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to back a draw.
You back the draw?
I don't see a world where I bring a clean sheet out of this. I'll be honest. I really don't.
I've played against that Vexar deck. I've played against you. It just beat Nefarious.
It did.
I'm backing Vexar. I'm backing Vexar. I think he might surprise you. I think he might surprise you.
He's going to surprise me. I already know he's going to surprise me. I can't confidently say I come out of this with a win. I can't confidently say I come out of this with a point. I do think it will be rough.
Yeah, it's going to be a nail biter.
Yeah,
that would be a very, very, very good one to stream, to be honest.
It'll be rough to steal 2 points off me. I do believe that, and you can quote me on it. I don't think I'll let it happen. But, I only have so much control in that. Let's move on.
I will not lay down and let him take 2 points.
Yeah, I don't want to, but if it happens, it happens, Let's go. Lowards versus you.
Yeah, so bit of context. Obviously, Lauritz hasn't had the best league this season.
Yeah.
But he's got better.
Yeah,
and it started. He's had rough opponents at the start, and
he did.
he slowly found his groove. Now we've got to remember, Awakening 2. He was the last match. He was my final.
Yeah,
So that's the last time I've played Lochner.
yeah.
And that was a nail biter of Death versus Kagan
It's
or
maybe
Kargan.
yeah, depending on how you want to pronounce it. We'll talk to Ridge later.
Yeah.
Give
But
him a call.
what's interesting is with Lochner, I've not faced his clarity.
Yeah, you've not
I've
faced Clarity.
not faced his Lin. So how I'm looking at this is I will tell him straight. Like, for you and me, this is going to be whatever you deck you want, and I'm playing Absence to show you what I do with the Absence.
Yeah, I thought you'd have to be honest. I
Yeah.
didn't see it going any other way.
Yeah, I'll show him the Absence. We've been Liam is aware that like I'm working side by side with a couple of other people now, and I've looked at something and I've gone, oh, hang on, they've played the Absence with these few cards. Yes, it's in 3 colors. Mine's in 2.
Right. Was it the deck in the league? Was it the deck in the fucking online league?
It was the deck in the online league.
And I was, you know what the irony is? He posted a similar deck profile to that, and I saw a comment with you being like, I don't think that's a strategy to go. I think you Cataclysmic Burst. And now you've turned around, you're like, no, I get it actually.
No, so we've talked about it. Between him and one other person, they got me back on side with the Clash buff, and I'll show Lochner why that Clash buff is good.
Yeah,
he'll be my first. I'll make an example out of Lochner.
Yeah, I felt it personally. It was a very quick game, and I died very quickly. We're moving on. What's the predictions?
Right, so I think I can beat him. I'll back myself.
I'm back in a draw, baby.
Back in the draw. Okay, and then the grand finale. If this was a WrestleMania moment, this is your final round. The title that everybody wants, the heavyweight championship of the world match.
Intercontinental featherweight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or bantamweight, depending on how big you want to say you are.
Yeah, Avalo Gaming, Eric Tropin versus nefarious broadcaster Danny O'Donnell.
Yeah.
Titans clash.
Big stuff. This shakes up everything that we know.
Wait, technically this is 1 and 2, right?
Yeah. Basically.
No, 1 and 3. 1 and 3.
But there's a point between 2 and 3, so
yeah.
A draw for this match, everyone's like, oh, fuck's sake. A loss in this, it can change everything up. It's either someone else might bag the win now, or it's done.
Okay, let's talk about what decks they could be using. Avalo's got the 2 decks, technically.
Yes.
And the 3rd deck, I don't see it popping out, so we'll just be able to talk about the 2. So we've got Gearwin.
Yes.
And we have Thragor.
I believe, and this is public information because he said it publicly, I believe that he said he's benching Thragor from now.
Really?
I have him quoted as saying he feels like he's benching Thragor now. He may change his mind, but I've caught him in 4K.
To be fair, I think if he was the wiser man, knowing how we've discussed how Nefarious likes to play, this is Gearwin territory anyway.
This is, I think, yeah.
I think it would be Gearwin anyway. So, but even if you hadn't said that, I'd have gone with Gearwin. Now,
I do hope I see the Gearwin.
Nefarious, though, from my interview, giving nothing away. There are obviously the 2 decks that we're aware of, but there was an inkling towards the deck territory here.
There was another.
Yep. So I think deck 3 will happen this week for Nefarious.
I would hope so, and it's not to discredit Shadowblade. It's not his Shadowblade and his deck and his skills that's the issue. I think it's Avalo's knowledge of Shadowblade and the skills and the win cons and
we have to put it out there though. Nefarious' Shadowblade tech has not been the same as normal Shadowblade.
It's a fresh look, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, it is. Bounty counters do work.
Yes.
and
Absolutely.
it's not about the ambush.
No, I
So
think ambush was a mistake. I get why they did it. I get how it could have worked. I think ambush is one of the biggest mistakes that Shadowblade's ever had. I wish it didn't exist, but thematically, I get why it exists.
I think there's a lot of the good ambushes to come. So that with this ambush technique right now, I think you could clown that ambush is definitely not dead in the water.
Mm.
Yeah, but moving on from that, who do you think will win it? Because let's face it, every time Avalor's played someone,
Yeah.
you're talking it's going to be a situation of Avalor winning. Every time Nefarious has played someone, we've
Mm.
always said that we'd back our boy. So do we just go, well, Nefarious is actually British
Mm.
and
Yeah.
we back the Brits?
Yeah, well, I have to go with what my heart says, and I have to back a draw. I do think it ends in a draw.
You don't. Are you
I
really back in the
do.
draw?
I'm back in the draw. I'm back in the draw. I think what's going to happen is it is skill versus skill. There's a lot of wisdom. There's a lot of intelligence in there, and I do think it's an unstoppable force versus an immovable object. I'm afraid I can't hedge my bets on either side. I can't. I cannot.
I I can.
Okay.
I'm going with Nefarious Broadcaster.
Ooh.
I'm in his
Ooh.
corner.
The chat's
I'm
backing
sure.
him as well.
I'm literally rubbing his shoulders, going, "You got this. You got
Come
this."
on, baby. Let's have it, baby. Yeah.
So it's a matter of will the draw, the win, or the loss happen? That is a
Mm,
huge game, and I'll hopefully
it's
they'll either
mega.
let you stream it, or
Yeah.
you will be able to be able to watch some of it together. It'd be very,
Yeah,
very good.
it's rough because with the online league at the minute as well, I'm trying to stream every game, if not for anything, but the ability for the people running the league to go through it. And I'm glad I did last game because there was an issue with a timeout in TCG Arena. So I got to have the footage and be like, okay, here's a situation that happens. How do we move forward with that? And it moved forward with, despite the timeout, it was a draw. Um, despite me winning the second game. And that's totally fine. I think Cyberspartan was a great player, great Alpha Clash player in general, and I really enjoyed our match. He was very confident he was winning game one despite the timeout, and I was like, I don't know, because if you go through that footage, I'm sat there with a burst in my hand, and
Yeah.
I was very prepared in the next one or two turns to get that out, but
It
he
was
killed
very,
me
very, very
before.
unfortunate that you guys had to end it like that
I
first
know.
match.
It's
I
one of
know.
those
I
things
watched
where we'll
that.
never know. We
Yeah, I
will
watched
never
that.
know.
I was gutted for you.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. In regards to that, then that is round 10.
Mm,
Um,
big one.
and we've already started having questions of when will the next league start?
Yeah.
So we should probably start little mentioning it now, an idea of when we think the next league would start. So
Yeah.
at the end of week 10, we'll see us into the first weekend of May, the bank holiday weekend of May.
Yeah.
And then the 10th will be the last roundup of May.
Mm, it will.
So what the issue is, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks from then
Mm.
is in fact the Awakening.
Awakening number 3.
Awakening 3, June
Yeah.
7th.
I think it will put a lot of heavy focus on us. It will also be the end of online leagues as well.
So I'm going to say it here first.
Mm.
Awakening 3 will take a priority seat.
Absolutely. I think we
Yeah.
need a break as well, at least of a month, bare minimum, so that people can, push forward, have full focus on what's going to happen with Awakening 3, and also have the time to talk to the community as well, potentially
Which
gather new players.
which then leads us into something really important.
Mm.
So on June 7th, we'll be leading up to when Spoils drops.
Yes, another big one, another huge
Which I
one.
believe we should leave the entire month of June well alone from League, because you're going to have heavy deck changes. You're going to see the new Zephyr. You're going to see the new Clarity. You're going to see
Yeah.
huge changes to all the harbingers that you've seen so far, Death and Conquest. And now, today, at the day of this day, you've seen War
Yeah.
started to get changes. And from Liam's approach to it, I was expecting that. Literally, Liam puts on it, what?
I asked for Javelin
Did
Tech,
you
be delivered.
Javelin Tech on Clash cards?
Yeah. It's good, and I've already looked through the javelins and what tech could happen. It's going to be a high control deck. It's probably going to be one of the higher control decks.
Does Godslayer finally see play?
Yeah, absolutely. Godslayer sees higher play. On top of that, I'm pretty sure.
No, from your stash.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I
You
pull it
pull it.
out.
You'll pull it out finally.
I'll pull it out. I'll have to clip my nails and wear like thimbles on my
White
hands.
gloves.
Yeah,
Thimbles.
because I am notorious for putting nail dents in my cards, and I'd look at
Maybe
my
you should
epics.
cut card out like a baby. Cut it
I
out
might
of its wound.
I might proxy the thing and just take a random card and just write Godslayer and just have it next to, because I daren't shuffle it. I daren't
Slap
put my
it.
fingers on it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
I did
just
say
have
to
it
you.
to the side.
Yeah, I did say to you and Fraser you should slab your mono legends. Definitely.
I do want it slabbing, but it's time and it's money.
It is.
These both very
So,
big things.
yeah, with all that being said and done, what we're discussing then is, if we were to start a league,
Yes.
you've got to also prepare yourself that Awakening 3's done, Spoils comes out, you've had a month. Surely July would be the perfect time to start a league. Oh wait, August is the month after for Clash Ground.
Yeah. It's
So, do you want? We're going to put this out to the wider audience, because there's going to be more people who want to join our league versus the online league. It's just going to be, we've got more traction than ever. Do you want a July start, or do you want it after the Clash Ground start, which would be the 3rd?
I do personally, and again, this comes down to the whole community. I personally think that people will want a nice month. They'll want to enjoy themselves. They want to not have to worry about having an online match.
That would be all of May, and then the Awakening June 7th, and then what would happen after June 7th? Would you start it before the Clash Ground?
I potentially, yes. I think waiting until post Clash Ground so long, but also
it takes a long.
It's
waiting to post Clash Ground is 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 3 months and 3 days.
Yeah,
that's a long time, isn't it? I think I'm in the my opinion is we do it the week. We start the weekend after the Awakening 3, which is June 14th.
Yeah.
June 14th, we'll come back to you as the reporters and do a full roundup of the showing off the belts and everyone winning from the season 1.
Yeah.
And we'll then reveal season 2 and who's playing in season 2.
I do think there was another idea. I think we've only had really one quote unquote break week where we extended the league matches for 2 weeks. I think if we were to start this post Awakening 2, there would be like a few weeks where we say to people, look, everyone's trained for Clash Ground. We've got the
drafts.
Yeah, we've got to get everything ready. We've got to get prepped and ready. We can't be worrying about having an online match. Maybe we give it 2 weeks here. Maybe we postpone potentially 3.
We had a plan for this season anyway, that if we reach 16 players, that we had a totally different format for you guys. So if we reach the 16 again, it won't be 11. It won't be 11 weeks. It'll be a lot less than 11 weeks.
I do think with so many events coming along and the responsibility we've got, I mean, you've got a lot going on now. I'm technically the rep for all of this going on now. So we have to not table it, but we have to be conscious of burnout and making sure that like the players are having fun and not just going, oh my god, there's so much card game to play and I've got a deadline. There's no fun here. If we have no fun and it just becomes stressful, what's the point of doing it? So I do think the next one think we aim for 16 players, and I think we branch off.
Which
We do a new format.
new format,
Swiss is
like we said
out.
before. Yeah. And then it would just mean that we're at the stage of where we can go, right, we'll easily get, if we get to 16 regularly, you can have multiple seasons in a year with
Yeah,
ease,
absolutely.
and keep it fresh, fun, people not locked into 3 decks for 11 weeks,
Yeah,
which is also I thought that was the biggest problem of this league so far.
yeah,
But this league isn't over yet, so please send all your messages through on the Clash
yes,
of Teacups Discord. And this time, we'd like to hear from you what we
yes.
did right, what we did wrong.
It's for the players.
Yeah, it is for the players.
Yeah, because we had a lot of. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Sports, it's
Yeah.
the game.
We didn't have bad blood before the season start, but we made changes, and they may not have been what people felt were the best changes. When we've played the league now, it's been a fun, nice change from League One, which was just one deck, one contender. Bad luck if you chose Weber. You are at the bottom now for the next like 9 weeks.
Can you imagine 11 weeks of Weber?
Yeah.
11 weeks of Weber. Wow. Wow. But yeah, that's it. That's my only thing. I don't want it ever to be one deck anymore. That is one
Yeah.
thing. One deck. Well, the one deck's gone.
Yeah. It may be we just completely open it up and we say whatever deck, just submit before. I think that's a decent idea.
I had an incredible idea, but I'm going to mention it now, and that is each week you play the contender, and then you just tick him off, and you've used that contender. It's time to use your next contender.
Contender bingo.
Contender. You don't choose. Obviously, you get to choose what you're using.
Yeah.
You can choose what you're using, but in this format, you get to a point where you go, wait, do I use my good stuff first or my bad stuff first? Yeah, and then
bingo is a very interesting one.
let's face it, majority of these games are played on TTS.
Yes.
It doesn't matter about you taking your favorite anymore because you've proven to us you prefer TTS over doing it in IRL.
Yeah, and I think there will be a few more players that come from outside of like our scope of being able to play IRL as well.
And if we do shorter leagues, it doesn't affect the teacup as much.
Yeah.
You can play multiple contenders. I'm really pro this whole, if you use a contender, tick it off, that contender's done with. We'll have it on your notes.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Again, this one's for the players. The players need to all come to consensus. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but yeah.
I will. But that is us for tonight. I believe you've got your round 3 coming up. Round 4?
Yes, round 4. I'll be versus the Philippines. I've not had a message yet, but I imagine with my standings, they are active enough to have played. So we'll see whether they come up or not. If not, I mean, if they're, this is what I need to find out as well. If they're not contactable, but I am available, if they are contactable but I'm available, does that mean that I bag a win for a no-show, or does that mean I have to scoop a draw? I need to ask these questions.
I don't know the results of that. That's well out of my hands. But all I know is that they're pushing everyone to try and get these games played.
Yeah, they do. They give reminders.
No.
To try and get it.
And even I played my last game. Even though I thought I wouldn't. I got the opportunity to, and it was a very, very fun game versus over on the meaty. We did. What did we play? We played Talk versus Absence.
Nice.
Yeah, and that came to a cheeky draw.
I like. That's what I like to see, man.
Yeah, it was fun. I've kept myself on this like middle undefeated run, apart from my very first game where I got absolutely spanked.
Yeah, some you win, some you lose. I know this.
And some you draw.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's everything. Keep your eyes looking out for spoils. There's so much spoils coming out. And like, comment, and
Scrib.
Subscribe.
Scrib. Hell yeah. Have a good one, mate. I'll see you later, mate. Have a good one.
Peace.